Good day everyone, my name is Eliza Misokalip. I am one of the reporter of Module 20 about this topic, which is the theories and factors affecting motivation. So I'm here now to discuss what is the theories and factors affecting motivations. So let's discuss first about the attribution theory. So what is attribution theory? This theory explains that attribute our success or failures or other events to several factors. So the accomplishment of an aim of purpose, that's why there is a thin line between success and for example, I say I define success because I fulfilling my role as a student, or I am not satisfied my academic performance because I don't study well. So between failures and success there is a good outcome and bad outcome. So that is the attribution theory. So there are the three ways in attribution theory, which is the first one is the locus, which is the place, and external versus internal. So internal is the people who develop an internal locus of control believe that they are responsible for their own success. And external is the factors that believe that external focus like lack of determine and their own outcome. And the second one is which is the stability, which is the stable versus unstable. So stable, which is attribute your performance, which is something stable. And unstable, this attribute is to excessive factor performance that something change. And the third one is controllability, which is controllable versus uncontrollable. So controllable, if your student claims his poor academic performance is due to his teacher's ineffective teaching strategy, he attributes his poor performance to a factor beyond his control. And uncontrollable, if your student admits that his poor class performance is due to his poor study habits and low motivation, he attributes the event a factor which is very much within his control. So that's are the controllable and versus uncontrollable in the three ways. So let's discuss the self-efficacy theory. So self-efficacy theory, a sense of high self-efficacy means a high of competence. Self-efficacy is the belief that one has the necessary capabilities to perform a task, to fulfill role expectation, or meet a challenging situation successfully. So in explanation, when your students believe that they have the ability to perform learning activity successfully, they are more likely to be intrinsically motivated to do such learning activities. The secret, therefore, to enhancing motivation is enhancing our students' sense of self-efficacy, self-efficacy theory. So self-efficacy enhancing three strategies. The first one is make sure students master the basic skill. So mastery of the basic skills like reading, writing, arithmetic will enable the child to tackle a higher level activities. Imagine how miserable it is for a student who has not mastered the basic skills, unable to perform higher level learning tasks that require display and use of the basic skills. Your students will feel he is a failure of school if they are not mastery of the master basic skills. And the second one is help them to make noticeable progress difficult tasks. So you like to give climbing a mountain when you feel like that you are not making progress at all. When you have spent hours and hours of a difficult task, you seem not to be progressing. You are made to think that your efforts are leading you now aware, and you want to give up. That's why it is good that you are helped to see progress while you are working on your difficult task. The knowledge that you are progress inspire you to keep it on. And the third one is communicate confidence in students' abilities through both words and actions. Express confidence that your students with all their abilities can easily tackle the learning task. Words like what you are asked today is much as easier than that of yesterday. So needless to say that your body language and your words expressing your belief and their abilities must match. And the last one is expose them success for peers. So your student will inhale success and get energized to succeed as well. Success is infectious in the same way that failure is also a contagious by Omroad 2004. So other recommendations. The first one is provide competence promoting feedback. Communicate to your students that they can do the job because they have the ability to succeed. And the second one is promote mastery and challenging tasks. Don't give your students extremely difficult or not nor extremely easy tasks. If the task you give extremely easy, they do not get challenged and you do not draw the best from them. It is extremely difficult that they get frustrated. Then it is the best to strike the golden mean between the two extremes. A challenging task is the one that encourages your students to stretch themselves to their limits. And the third one is promote self-comparison rather than comparison with others. So if you are compare yourself with others, you will become vain and better. For always there will be a greater and lesser person than yourself. And the fourth one is be sure errors occur within an overall context of success. There will always be errors or mistakes as we learn as we go through life, but there is to be mistake ones that we learn from them. But it is all errors that come one after another without a taste of success. Chances are your students will feel so down that they are robbed of the courage to proceed. The learning process requires the challenging of a new different experiences, the trying of the unknown, and therefore necessarily must involve the making of mistake in order for people to learn and the making opportunity to explore new situation and ideas without being penalized or punished for mistake which integrant to the activity of learning. So the self-determination and self-regulation theories, its students are strictly motivated when they have a sense of the self-determination. So what are the indicators of self-regulation? First one is set standard for oneself. The second one is monitor and evaluate one's own behavior against such standards. And the third one is impose consequences on oneself for one's success or failures by Umrud 2004. So, following process involved in self-regulated learning, which is the goal setting, planning, attention control, application of learning strategies, self-monitoring, and self-evaluation. So, that are the following process involved in self-regulated learning. So the self-determination is the first one is present rules instruction in one informational manner rather than controlling manner. Here are examples on how to present rules in an informational manner. So example, we can make sure everyone has an equal chance to speak and be heard. If we listen without interrupting and if we raise our hands, we want to contribute to the discussions. So that is the present rules and instruction in an informational manner rather than controlling manner. And the second one is provide opportunities to students to make choices. A particular lesson objective can be reached by use of varied strategies. Students will be more likely to be intrinsically motivated to attain the objectives when they are given the freedom to choose how attain of course within the set of parameters. An example is when we allow our students to choose their manner or group work presentation to the class after the group activity. And the third one is evaluate students' performance in a non-controlling fashion. So communicate evaluation results to inform your students their progress without passing judgment of some sort, but to make them see that they strong in some points, but not so in other items. The practice of self-evaluation, especially with the use of scoring rubrics, will be the great helps, says renowned author, consult the speaker. Alpha rewards of learning undermines intrinsic motivation of Ko Alfie 1993. So again, I am Eliza Misukalip. the reporters of the factors on affecting motivations. So, thank you.